Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Thanks for stopping by tonight. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I get the notification throughout the day. You guys are great, and thank you also everyone for all the notes. I'm glad you're enjoying these stories. I've got a few messages from people that are like, "Hey, tell us more, tell us more." So I'll keep going and get you guys some of the good stuff. It is humid here. We haven't had a lot of wind today, so it's really humid, and you guys can't really see it, but the not the air conditioner, the air management system, whatever, has a tray on it. When it fills up with water, it shuts off. There's a little switch up there, and so I have to drain that. But I have to get a ladder in order to do that, and I can't get a ladder in here while the truck's in here because there are cabinets in the way. Once again, another great reason for getting rid of the cabinets. So while we're talking about the fun racing stories, and also just really quick before we get into it, today went down to Naples this morning, and my friend Scott loaned me his trailer for Tail of the Dragon, which is fantastic. It's a absolutely beautiful 20-foot Featherlight open trailer. It's awesome. But it hasn't been taken care of in the last couple of years. So I got a lot of maintenance to do on it before I take it on a 12-hour trip up north. So thank you very much, Scott. But I actually did something. I got pool noodles today. I got 2 pool noodles. Now you're going to ask, what the hell are you going to do with pool noodles on a trailer? Well, there are a couple of things that I'm going to do with pool noodles. And all right, I'll just tell you guys. If you have a enclosed trailer and it has the loading ramp that comes down, usually there's 2 cables on the outside, and they're very thin. And you know, when you've been at the track all day, you kind of miss them and get tangled up in them. And I have done that, and I've tripped over and I've fallen and all that stuff. Take a pool noodle, slid it down the center. When you get to the track, lower the deck, slide these guys on, preferably in red so you can see them, or yellow, or bright green or whatever, and they'll protect you from running into those cables. They don't weigh anything, so they don't affect your storage. Now for this trailer, for the open trailer, there are ramps that store underneath the deck. And the problem is when you run over bumps, those ramps, they just jump. They're just held in there with gravity. So we're going to take one of these guys. We're going to cut it right down the middle. And on each deck that's underneath, we're going to slide this in place, and that will apply pressure so that it doesn't rattle. So pool noodles, super cheap. They were, I think they were $3 each. So yeah, that's what pool noodles are good for. Aside from cool stuff in the pool and beating the shit out of your brother and stuff. So we're gonna do some clay bar on the truck. Now, obviously, the truck fits in here, but I'm gonna do front half tonight, and I'll do back half tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll talk about some fun racing stories. And like I said, if you guys want to interject, that would be great too. We're on baby watch. My friend Katie is literally any minute now about to run to the hospital and give birth to her 3rd child. So we're still on baby watch. So I'm kind of half watching my phone. Hopefully 10 fingers, 10 toes. Katie's a badass. Her husband, Taryn's awesome. He races with us, and Katie will eventually race with us when she stops, continually giving birth. So, I absolutely wish the best for all of them, and Connor and Quinn and everyone else in the family too. So we're keeping an eye on that, but it'll probably be tomorrow would be my guess. I was really shooting for 5:15, 25. I thought that would be great, but Katie said no. She doesn't care about numerology or anything like that. So she's like, when I'm done, I'm done. And when she's ready to come out, she's ready to come out. It is a baby girl again. So that's the other cool news. So I'm going to get kind of sweaty doing this, and hopefully that's okay with you guys. I'm not trying to gross you out or anything, but it is super humid, and I apologize for the delay. the mosquito truck again tonight came by, and I had to duck inside while that stuff happens. And then all the bugs try and come in here to get away from it. So I had to give that a little time to subside. You can like smell it and taste it. It's not very good for you. It's not an appealing thing. So clay bars, the used clay, brand new clay bars are in a sealed package. The used clay bars, I just keep in one of these little containers. I think this is from a Chinese restaurant, and I just cleaned it out. And just keep them in plastic in one of these containers. You can put a little water in here too, doesn't hurt. So grab. Now here's an example of clay bar and how it works. So this is what a brand new clay bar looks like, and it'll be yellow or grayish white. And then when you use it, it'll look like this guy. Now, this guy can still be used, but I would use him on below the belt line of the car. He has a ton of stuff in him. He is almost done. So you can knead this and get it a little more yellow, but it won't ever look like this again. So we're hanging on to this just as a spare until the other stuff gets extremely dirty. And we're going to use the rest of this brand new one on the truck. And the truck did get a kind of okay wash today, not a super detail or anything. And for clay barring, since we go through a ton of product, we're just going to use old, not great product because we save the nice stuff for when we're trying to make the car look pretty. So we're going to be using that stuff, whatever's left in this bottle, and whatever's left in this bottle. Just to get rid of it, get it out of the shop. We don't really need it. Get it? Need? So yeah, you want to knead this stuff and then make it into, you guys already saw the clay barring stuff I've done. So you get it about biscuit size. I don't know how big the biscuits are in your kitchen, but I don't know. About the diameter of a soda can, a little bit bigger. They're about that size. You can go thinner if you want. And whatever fits in your hand, sort of like this. And if it falls on the ground, throw it away because it'll pick up every single piece of dirt on the ground and you'll never be able to get it packed away correctly. So just a pro tip. I'm going to start, if it's okay, I'm going to start on the far side and work my way over here. And I guess I'm going to start on the far side back, if that's okay with you guys. I'll try to make it quick. And I'm going to go up above. A lot of people miss this when they do detailing stuff. Oh, I don't know if there's anything left in this bottle. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, you got to hold the bottle level. That's the trick. Okay. And I do have a sunroof on this truck, and you can clay bar glass. It's okay. Hopefully the glass is clean. And you can also tell I have a chrome bumper. You can clay bar chrome, but be careful if you get, make sure you've cleaned it prior, because if you get a chunk of dirt or something in there, it's just going to carve that mirror finish out of there, and it's hard to get back without rechroming it. All right, well, this bottle is all done, so we'll just put him right in the recycle bin. So let's see how far I can reach here. Oh my God, this is like sandpaper. This is so rough, you guys. Oh my God. I am pretty sure this truck has never been clay barred. That's 9 years, probably a little bit longer, of just regular washes and stuff falling on here and baking in the sun. Oh my God. Look at that. You guys can't really see that. I'm going to need a ton more product up here. And the horizontal surfaces are obviously the worst. but I would not say that this is a good sign. Wow. All right, so last night I talked about, I was going to tell you guys about my Brian Till racing school story. And just thinking about it makes me laugh. So that should tell you it's pretty funny. Also, I want to do something really quick here. There's a little dribble of tree sap on the passenger door on that side. And I want to take care of them quick. So I'm going to put some Goo Gone on a Q-tip. And I'm just going to rub it on here for that to soak in. And the reason I put it on a Q-tip is because I don't want it to dribble all the way down the side of the door. So kind of focused on a little area here. And I'll come back and check on him. Tree sap is gnarly, especially when it's, sun dried. It's really, really nasty stuff. So I'm gonna come back over here, get some more product because the roof is gonna need it, really need it. So for racing school, I went to Mid-Ohio school, and it's one of the best. I mean, look at that. That's just like two little sections on the roof. Who's here? Hey, Liz. I went to the Mid-Ohio school. I don't remember the year. It was, let's see, after 2007. So probably 2008 or 2009. And I went there because they're one of the best racing schools in the country. And with good reason. They have incredible instructors, and they have a, seriously vintage track, a very, very technical track that they can use. So it was definitely worth it. And it's a 3-day course, and you have amazing instructors. The lead instructors are Tommy Byrne, who is a former Formula F1 driver, and you have Brian Till, who is a former IMSA driver, and these guys they're just amazing. They're also incredible instructors. They're very patient. They're very understanding. They're also very quick to be able to find your limits and what you're comfortable with, and then not pushing them, but maximizing those limits. So getting you to that edge and then leaving it up to you if you want to go past that, and never going like super beyond any of that, which is great. And I think that's really wise. So props to those guys for that. Oh my God. You should see the stuff that's coming off of here. It's amazing. It's amazing. But it feels great. So I go to comp school the first day, and you have the option of taking your own car or using the track prepped Acuras that they have. And at the time, it was about $1,000 to use the Acura. And I was doing a lot of stuff with the Viper. So I'm like, well, I'll just take my Viper. And at the time, I believe I had my Gen 3, if I remember correctly. So I still had my Gen 3 Viper. And so I said, well, I'll just use my Viper. That'll work, it'll smoke any of those Acuras. Yeah, depending on who's driving it, it probably would. So God, every time you think you have something smooth, you feel more sandpaper. This is amazing. It's just amazing how much crap's up here. And also, it hasn't been touched ever, ever. So I go up to school, and I don't necessarily think that I'm, Jimmy Hot shit, but I do know a little bit, and I know my car very, very well. I, had a ton of track time with it, and I'm very comfortable with it. I had a full harness in it, and I was also okay with Mid Ohio. I had a bunch of laps at Mid Ohio, so I was like, okay, this will be fine. And my instructor was Brian Till, and he, like I said, these guys are great at pushing you, but not too far. And there's a ton of classroom stuff on the first 2 days. And then the second half of day 2 and all of day 3 is practical. It's out there driving, doing the stuff, and, making sure that you're ready for hardcore competition. So classroom stuff was all fine. That was great. There's about 10 or 12 people in the class, and I was the only ding dong who brought his own car. Everyone else used the Acuras that the Mid Ohio school has. And that's fine, because that's what the instructors use too, right? And don't be fooled. These are not, Acura ILXs. I think they were ILXs off the showroom floor. This is not your aunt's Lexus that she got from the dealership. These things are set up. They have the TRD computer. They have, it's Acura. So they have the Acura computer. They have the Acura super badass suspension. Yeah, they're very, very well set up cars. They have super duper tires on them. Yeah. Then you put them in the hands of an incredibly experienced driver who has hundreds, if not thousands, of laps at Mid Ohio, and you've got a pretty lethal combination there. So, wow, there is so much crap up here. I mean, the glass feels a little bit better. The glass has a ton of shit on it. So, we're doing a whole bunch of practical stuff. We're doing overtake stuff. We're doing cornering. We're doing trail braking. All of these different exercises that are necessary for when you're out on the track. And the biggest thing with these guys is safety and making sure that you know where corner stations are, that you know every single red flag from every single series. They're absolutely militant about safety. God, yeah. You would say it's annoying, but then later on you realize that it's really necessary, because there's a lot of ding dongs that skirt the rules and do things kind of halfy. So, yeah. So we're on day 3. We're out there and we're doing passing drills, and we're only using the top half of the track. So we're only using, after turn 1 up to the keyhole, about halfway down, or actually, yeah, a little bit more than halfway down the back straight, and then cut back over by turn 1, and then come back around. And we're just doing kind of little mini loops here, and we're going over, passing drills, when it's okay to pass, when it's not okay to pass, coming off line, when you've cleared, when you have not cleared, when you have to give up the line, when you don't have to give up the line, or not the line, the position. So, I mean, this is a brand new bar, and this is just from the top. That's half of the top, not even the front half yet. So we're doing these passing drills, and everyone's having a great time, and everyone's going super smooth. And of course, I'm the last ding dong out there, right? So uh, they have a communication system, which is pretty cool. You tune in to a radio station in your car. I think it's like 89.3 or 89.5 or whatever. And they can talk to you while you're driving. So you can hear them, hey, stay to the inside, gas, 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 brake, 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 whatever it is. So I gotta get the sweat out of my eyes. So that's like, oh, okay, that's super helpful, right? The downside is you can't talk back to them. So they can talk to you and they can say anything they want. Now, the other downside is it's tuned in on all the other cars too. So whenever they're talking to any of the other guys, I can hear it in my car and everyone else can hear it in their car. So it comes to my turn. We come up to Keyhole, and Brian hasn't told me that we're doing the passing drill this lap through. We've been doing other exercises, so he didn't tell me that this is where we start doing passing drills. I figured we were still on, placing and clearing and all that other stuff. And he takes off through Keyhole, and I come up right behind him, and I'm right on his bumper, and I'm about to go offline and pass him. And we run out of room, and he pulls off into the thing, and we come back up towards Keyhole, and he goes, hey, Kevin, you want to try and pass me this time? I'm like, oh, he just broadcast that to everyone. Okay, you want passed? We're gonna do some passing this time. We come up again out of Keyhole. I stay wide. He stays wide. He knows I'm trying to get past him, and he is giving that accurate everything it's got. And he is a very good driver. He's not blocking me. He's not doing anything outlandish, but he's making me work for that pass. And I come offline, and with the Viper, it's pretty easy. You downshift and go, and you're in front of him. So normally that's what happens with Brian. He had a ton of momentum. He knows that car really well. He knows that track so well. And he actually hung in there, and I had to late break to actually get past him. So that was one of my fun things where I'm like, I didn't know we were doing it. Okay, if you want passed, I'll pass you this time. No problem. I didn't know we were doing it. And we laughed about it later. And I actually saw Brian he lives by my old house in Ohio. And I saw him at the grocery store, which was pretty cool. And I kind of joked with him. It's like, I've got this cart now. I can pass you if you really want me to. And he remembered it, and he thought it was funny. And it's kind of a fun running joke with, one of the top drivers and top instructors in the country. He's commentator for NBC and Peacock and all those guys. Oh my God, you guys, whatever's not getting caught in here is actually coming off brown. Oh, you can see it on here. It's crazy. Getting messages. Nope. No Katie birth yet. Still working on it. What is all this stuff? Oh, wow. That just feels a million times better just doing this. So, yeah. And if you get a chance, definitely Mid-Ohio School has a ton of different programs. They have the racing school, which is a great racing school, and they have incredible instructors, all the guys up there. I mean, Brian, Tommy, and then everyone else. And they come from everywhere. They come from rally. They come from NASCAR. They come from all these different elements, which is great. So you get a variety of input from a whole bunch of different drivers. So, God, you guys got to see this. Look at this. This is amazing. This is just driver's front. Is that incredible? God. Oh my God. I can't wait to see what's on this side. So I highly recommend Mid-Ohio School. Highly recommend the folks over at Pit Race. If you want to get into racing and high performance driving. Both those places are awesome. Another place I will highly recommend is Skip Barber, and they're in Alabama. They have a great facility. They have some of the best drivers in the country, and highly recommend them. Hey, I closed on my rings today. Aren't you guys proud of me? Oh, this glass. The glass is great once you get all the stuff off of it. Then it's like super smooth. It's even smoother than the paint. But damn, this paint. Holy crap. There's so much stuff up here. So much stuff. Truck's going to look great when it's done, though. The downside is this week I'm going to have to put some serious polish and wax on it. But, oh my God. Yeah, and you can feel these little sections that have extra. So yeah, Mid-Ohio, Pit Race, Skip Barber, all absolute winners. And you will come out of there with just awesome driving skill. And they do offer competition programs, racing programs, so you can get your comp license. So if that's something you're looking for, there you go. Oh my God. You guys, this is, it's kind of sad. I probably should have clay barred the truck when I first bought it, but God, look at that. This was a brand new bar. I still have, I think I have 2 bars over there still. Maybe just one. I mean, it's like falling off on my hand. I'm going to wipe this stuff off up top here. It's a lot. God, it's amazing. Oh, it feels a lot better. Oh, I'm sure I'm adjusting the seat right now. Yeah, I mean, this feels 1,000 times better already. Oh, it's so gross. Kind of embarrassed. I should have done this when I first got the truck, but now's as good a time as any, right? I was trying to think of another good racing school one, and one I just kind of thought of was, and this one is don't do this at home, kids, because it was dumb and I really should not have done it, but I did do it. So when I was going to racing school at Mid-Ohio, they were doing construction on the road leading up there. It's called Lexington Steam Corners. And they were, I don't remember what they were doing, repaving or putting in curb or something like that. But the road was closed. So you had to go around and take the long way around in order to get to the track. So I'm actually going to come back here and get that back once again. God, this is so gross. So gross. So again, this is the do not do this at home. Oh yeah. Well, you can clay bar your Jeep if you really want to. I mean, clay bars are not that expensive, and you can get kits like this. Jack Wax has a great clay bar kit. You can also just order clay bars on Amazon and get like a 10-pack and just do it that way. But damn. I just want to get this back edge. I don't think I went vertical enough here. So Oh yeah, I definitely didn't, because, oh crap. All right. We're going to have to do this left side and right side. I can't reach extra. So the road to Mid-Ohio was closed for construction. So what do? I'm like, all right, well, we're going to go around the back way, and that's fine. And I go around the back way, and up there, it's a lot of, farms and country roads and stuff. So coming down, I don't remember the name of the road, but it's kind of a back way into Mid-Ohio, and it's a farm road that goes past a couple of farms. And that's my alarm going off. And I make the left turn and go onto the farm road, and there's one of those spray tractors. They have super skinny tires, and they have the spray arms that come down, and they go through the crops, and they spray whatever they spray. Won't get political or whatever. And this guy is doing about, whatever the max is for the John Deere tractor that he's on. He's totally pedal to the metal, but it is definitely not quick enough for me. I need to get to racing school. If I'm late, I will never, ever hear the end of it. So I have that debate in my head at 7 o'clock in the morning. Do I slip underneath this guy? And insanity won out over common sense. So yeah, I put it in first gear. The guy was going absolutely bone straight, and I had probably 1.5 feet on either side. And I went right underneath him. It took about 1 second. And I think we were both kind of surprised at each other. Like, I'm pretty sure he was not expecting that. And I know that I was not expecting myself to do that, but it worked out. There were no accidents. He didn't freak out or anything. There wasn't a horn honk or a light flash or anything. I think he kind of understood when he saw the Viper, and he knew, obviously knows where Mid-Ohio is. So he knew where I was going. If he wanted to, he could have come back and, yelled a whole bunch of nasty words at me, but he didn't. So I'm thankful for that. He kind of understood the situation. And like I said, do not do that. That was a very obscure opportunity, and I was very lucky, but it was not very smart. And I'm sure if there was a state trooper behind me, he would have lit me up like a Christmas tree. That's from the roof and the backside. I mean, is that gross? That's all the stuff that the clay bar didn't get. It just lifted all that. This is just the roof. And I'm literally just the roof of the truck. And it's almost killed this clay bar. So I'm going to do a little bit of break here. And I'm going to do something that you guys don't always see. This is the shirt from last night. And it got really sweaty. And I'm getting really sweaty. So we're going to do something incredibly rare. Oh, what do we got here? Hang on. I can't read this. They print it so small. The temptation's there every time. Oh yeah, there is. I've been tempted to do that again. This was a time where I went through everything in my head. I'm like, I have a huge field on my left. I have a huge field on my right. I have one tractor. I have no oncoming traffic. I can see perfectly, obviously, underneath this guy for a mile ahead of me. There's no one behind me. There's no emergency vehicles. It's sunny. It's dry. I put everything together and pulled the trigger. And I probably wouldn't do it again. But yeah, that's where that was at. So I did not tell anyone at the Mid-Ohio school about doing that on the way to racing school, because I'm sure they would have told me to screw off. We don't want your kind here. I'm sure of it. They're absolutely no bullshit, no nonsense, all about the safety. So I guess I kind of got lucky with that one. Trying to think of another good one from racing school. We had an autocross that was part of the racing school. It was on day 2, and that was sort of a test for the instructors to find out the level of confidence and the level of car control that they have, that each student have. And they have this super cool lose control machine, and I think Brian and Tommy helped design it. I don't know. They have a little remote control in the. It's like these outriggers that are on. They come up, and they have posts on them with wheels. And what happens is they have a control in there, and they can raise the front or back, or left or right, and you start to lose grip either in the back or in the front or whatever. And so we got to go around in those, and you think you have control of the car, and you're coming into a turn, and Jesus. Did you guys see that thing? He's underneath the tire of the truck right now. What the hell is that thing? Let me grab a broom, see if I can get him out of there. I thought it was a bird. Let me see if I can flush him out here. Where'd he go? Come on, buddy. There he is. Oh, he is pissed. He is just a gigantic pincer beetle. I didn't know they could fly, but he's pretty big. Damn. Okay. You heard him hit the truck, probably. So, yeah, he's right here. He's got the little pincers. I thought it was a bird, but it's about yay long. So we're doing this autocross thing, and we're having a really great time with it, because it's funny watching someone, they still, there's control of the car, because those guys can dial it off and then the car comes back to the ground. But when they dial these outriggers in, it lifts the car up, and you lose traction, front, back, left, or right. And this is to test you to see how well you can control the car in a turn or in a braking situation or whatever. And it's great. And they use it for the team driving courses and winter driving courses and all this stuff. And it's great. It's a really, really cool system. I don't know. I would have to double check with Brian and Tommy, but I think they're the ones who developed it. And I think it's used all over the country. It's a really, really cool system. So anyway, we were out there doing that. And then we had an autocross challenge between the students, and the students that were running that. I was the only one who brought my own car. So, okay. All these Acura ILXs, there were 5 or 6 of them that the students were running, and then my Viper. And this will come as a surprise, but I beat everyone in autocross. I wasn't trying to, I wanted to make the cut. Now I know you guys have never seen this before, or if you have, it's been extremely rare. There we go. Proof, right? Everybody's going to screenshot that. What are you doing under there, buddy? This guy's huge. I'm going to try and get him out of the shop. Give me just a second here. I just don't want to squish him. Come on. There you go. He's like a hockey puck. Do you see that? All right. I know you're flipped over. Oh, you can flip back. There you go. Keep going. He keeps pincing the broom. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Back in the bush. There you go. All right. I don't know. Did you guys see him? He was huge. I tried to get him on the pavement. Bugs and spiders and all this other stuff. So that was the other one with the autocross. I honestly did not know we were going to be doing that. When I found out we were, I was super psyched. I'd done a bunch of autocross, but I'd done it in the Miata. I hadn't done it in the Viper, so that was awesome. It was a ton of fun. And I honestly wasn't planning on being the fastest one through autocross, but it kind of happened. I think they were also very reluctant to tell me that I was the quickest one through autocross. I think. I don't know for sure. I'm going to check on my Gugon over here and see how well that is coming off, hopefully. It dripped a little. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to fingernail that off of there, which I don't really want to do because the clay bars. Whoops, sorry. I'm sure that's loud. The clay bar is not going to enjoy this. I get the big stuff off if I can. How big is this? This is about half a pencil's worth. I would do banana for scale, but by the way, have you guys seen that where everyone's using a banana for scale? It's actually very funny. So when they're talking about the size of things, because banana is extremely international. So when they're talking about, wheel size on a car or a new dam that got built in Vietnam or whatever, they're like banana for scale. Okay. And some guys are like, yeah, I didn't have a banana, so you'll have to guess the scale. I just thought that was kind of funny. God, this is a ton of crap on here. The Gugon really helps with the sap, just making it soft so that it can release. But this is like, it's like super glue. It chunks off pretty good, but you don't want to scratch your paint. So trying to be careful. I got a whole bunch of it. And then, of course, I have a whole bunch under my fingernail now, so it's not doing anything. There we go. Oh. I think we got a ton of it here. This is where those plastic razor blades really come in handy. But yeah, I just noticed this the other day. And then in the Florida sunshine, it just bakes right in. So I think we got most of that off. Hopefully the clay bar will get the rest of this. Yeah, we got all the big chunks out. That's a good sign. All right. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed those. Again, if you get the chance or if you get the bug to go to racing school, and here's the other thing, Just because you go to racing school and you get the certificate that says you completed the course and that you didn't catch anything on fire and didn't die, that does not, repeat, not mean you get a competition license. All that says is you completed the racing school. So once you complete the racing school, then you apply for your competition license. And what the sanctioning body will do, so like NASA or SCCA or SVRA or whoever will issue the competition license, they will call the school. You know, you submit your certificate, they will call the school, and those guys have all the notes from what you did while you were there. And then they can decide thumbs up or thumbs down. So it is not a guarantee. So you spend $5,000 at racing school, not a guaranteed competition license. So just heads up, fair warning on that. I don't want someone to rush out and go to comp school and do a Vadim Co guy and, you know, pay this huge money for all these cars and toter homes and you're automatically going to get a comp license. It's not how it works. There's a lot more to it than just racing school. So please remember that. Please, please, please. All right, where are we at? I'm going to do, because I know you guys probably, although I don't really know, I'm going to do the driver's side now. And I'll do as much as I can without boring you guys. And then I might finish the passenger side after we sign off tonight, because I don't know. It's a huge vehicle. It's just going to take a long time, and it's never been done before. So what else? We got more notes in here. Yeah, Florida wildlife is pretty hardcore. Yeah, Florida and Australia got some similarities. Do you know Florida is the only place in the world where you have alligators and crocodiles? I did not know that. And also the neighborhood crocodile, who's actually down that way about, I don't know, half a mile, third of a mile. His nickname is Pete, and haven't seen him in probably 2 weeks. And my neighbor's like, yeah, pretty sure he's out whoring around in the canals. Like, oh, that's nice. Yeah. Not boring at all. Okay, well, I'll keep going then. By the way, that water was really good. Whew. Oh, and you guys need to tell me to fix my posture. I've seen some pictures lately, and they're not pretty. They're like, I'm all hunched over. And that's also where this comes in, and I hate that. So if I stand up straight, it looks a little bit more normal. I am sweating. Look at that. Cool. It means I'm working. It actually just means there's no wind here. The nice thing about Port Charlotte is there's usually a breeze that rolls through here, like even 3 to 5 mile an hour, but there's nothing. There hasn't been any wind today. That's why things got really humid. All right, we're going to spray up the door. I'm terrified to see what the doors bring. This is going to be scary as hell. We actually, yeah, I guess I can do the plastic trim, but I thought I was going to need the step ladder for this, but I really don't. The doors are actually not too bad. Neither is the back edge here. Yeah, there's still some stuff, not like the roof. I probably should have done the roof last. But this is why I'm not a detailer. And sorry, I got to turn my back to you guys because I have this thing in my right hand and I can do a better job covering stuff this way. So I apologize. I'll try to make it quick. Yeah, this door is actually pretty damn clean. There's still some stuff in the edges. And once you get lower, obviously, there's more stuff. So we'll come back and get all the sill stuff later on. But yeah, that door was actually, it's actually not terrible. All right, let's do this door. And this stuff, this painted plastic, you can do that too. Just be careful you don't have big chunks of stuff in here because this is going to carve it up. With paint, you can get kind of a sort of get away with it because of clear coat, and hopefully you don't dig too deep. But with this stuff, it'll scratch instant just because it is kind of a mirror. Oh, yeah, there were bad storms there earlier today through central US, uh, Kentucky, Tennessee, and yeah, going into Ohio and Virginia, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. I saw some of that earlier. Oh yeah, all these leading edges just are like sandpaper. So I'm going to use a different cleaner on this because I know the clay bar is just going to eat that chrome. And I really don't like this chrome. I don't know what the hell that's picking up. Oh, it's the seal. Oh, okay. Well, that's just picking up rubber. So we'll try to avoid that. Yeah. Oh, it's the rubber seal here for the door. It protrudes a little. Oh, yeah, it's the felt. So there we go. Okay. I guess we can do it this way too. That works. All right. Yeah, it picks up the. Actually, my hands pick it up even better. No, Kev, whatever you do, don't wear gloves. Yeah, I saw some storms rolling through this afternoon. So everyone, please stay safe. Turn that notification thing on your phone. It's kind of cool that they have that. Anywhere you're at in the country, they can tell you, hey, you know, Amber Alert or bad storm coming or whatever. That's kind of a neat feature. Although they're all spying on us, I do like some of the features are positives, right? Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff here. Again, the vertical surfaces, they're definitely not gonna have as much. And if they do, it won't be as baked in. So, or you hope it's not as baked in. So we'll try and get this fender a little bit cleaner. And again, this is just a long process because you're going to go over stuff again and again and again to make sure that it gets glass smooth. You want this just to feel like it grips right there. Right here, I can feel it gripping. And up here, well, there's also no lube, but even with lube, you'll be able to feel it grip. And when it grabs onto something, that means it's picking up stuff that's in the clear and stuff that's in the paint. They refer to it as contaminants because that's technically what they are. And it picks up all that stuff. Clay bar is very good at doing that. Yeah, and you get into the horizontal surfaces like here, the ones that are flat. There's so much stuff on here. So, and you can also spray as you go. When it starts to drag, then you can add stuff. All right, not too bad. Double check this and grabbed on something right there. Not too bad. Yeah, kind of average for a door. So that's about it tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm glad you guys like these stories. I love telling them. And again, I'll try to make it as exciting as possible without embellishing or completely bullshitting you guys. But because there's nothing worse than getting caught in a lie, and then you get a lie to back up that lie, and there's just so much to remember. It's just not worth it. So it's more fun actually telling the story, how it happened, and the real deal. And if you can add spice to that, that's fine. But that's by far the best way to do it. It's way easier to remember. And that way you tell the same story every time when someone's like, hey, tell me about the time, Brian Till told you to pass him. Oh yeah. That's a lot more fun than trying to remember which version I told everyone. Was it the time that Brian was in a 935 and I smoked him in a VW Rabbit? No. Was it the time that I was in a Koenigsegg and he was in a McLaren and we went head to head for 10 laps at the Nürburgring? No, it wasn't that one either. So yeah, that's why just keep it simple, keep it straight. And I think people appreciate that a lot more. I can tell from, watching who's subscribing and who's watching this stuff to see, what you guys like. And oh, chrome's already peeling up top there. Nice. High quality product, Dodge. Yeah, I think you guys like that stuff a lot more than the tits and ass and what can we blow up this week and alien clutch. I don't know if you guys remember that one. That just drove me crazy. So a little bit cleaner. I was at least trying to get this edge clean for you guys. Yeah, that felt. That messes with clean. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. I'll probably have to do another pass just because it's kind of dull. And I've got some stuff here that I need to get out. I can see the little imperfections. So we'll do some more stuff tonight, and then tomorrow flip it around. I'll bring it in and we'll do the bed and the tailgate. So I guess that's it for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if there's something else you want to hear, if you have other stories that you remember me talking about and I never got to, either finish it or get you guys the details or whatever, shoot me a message and I'll send it over. Let's see. Message retracted. Okay, whatever that means. Yeah, if there's something you guys want to hear that I've told or I've referenced or whatever, shoot me a message and I'll get you the whole story. And if you guys are curious about what's coming up and everything else, like I said, the limo will be here a week from Saturday, a week from tomorrow. And then I've got company in town that weekend as well, which is going to be cool. Some friends from Ohio are coming down. And then that Tuesday, 12-hour drive. Viper goes on the trailer. Trailer goes, truck and trailer go up to Gatlinburg. So that'll be fun. I'll definitely live stream on the trip there. And we'll do some live streams from Tail of the Dragon, from Foothills, and maybe from Cherahalla as well. And if we can get Wi-Fi somewhere else, I'll definitely stream. And I think that's about it. You know, one of these days I'm gonna have to claybar the motorcycles. So many angles. It'll take forever. The motorcycles will probably take longer than the truck. At least the truck has flat, square kind of areas. Motorcycles will take forever. I have to do little pieces of clay bar, and yeah, but they'll look really nice when they're all done. So thanks again for hanging out tonight. You guys, I really appreciate it. Like I said before, I really appreciate all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome, and thanks for spreading the word around. I appreciate that as well. Like I said, I'm not getting paid for any of this. I'm doing it all organically. There's no boosting posts or buying ads or any shit like that. This is me talking to you guys straight up, and hopefully it continues. Well, you know, like I said, I'll keep doing it as long as I can. So thanks for hanging out tonight in the shop with me. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna get the ladder out and empty that so the AC comes back on in the house. It's so silly. I don't know why it's not draining. It should drain, right? You would think it would drain, right? Anyway, thanks, you guys. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I will catch you. We'll do this again tomorrow night. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Where'd that big ass beetle go?